Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or
Good morning, good morning, good morning. And of course, welcome to another edition of the Wake Up Club. I want to wish everyone a happy Friday. I want to thank you for tuning into the Wake Up Club, of course, on the Ride Along Network. We know you have options and we're happy that you've chosen to be with us again this morning. Now, listen, we have an exciting show in store for you today. I am going to be chatting with the extraordinary Lyndon Victor, Grenadian decathlete, and of course, Olympic medalist. We're going to be chatting about his life journey, and we're going to be chatting about the recently launched Lyndon Victor Foundation. And I'm so excited about this because, you know, we live in such a fragile world that I am so happy when I see role models and good role models stepping up to the plate and definitely giving back, making their mark. It's so important, especially with the world that we live in today, to have positive people doing positive things. So we're going to be chatting with Lyndon Victor, and we're going to dive into all of that goodness. The Lyndon Victor Foundation, you know, his background, what his future plans are. We're going to be chatting all about that. And I know a lot of you are excited because since yesterday, the amount of calls I'm getting from so many people that are so excited about this gentleman, definitely positive energy all the way. Now, I wanted to chat with you this morning, and I know some of you like the what irks Kirk, but I want to take a different format in doing it. You know, since I started this program and my Facebook Reels, I've been getting a lot of love, but with the love has also been the hate. And let me tell you something, I understand hate and I understand anger. But, you know, sometimes you guys are worried about me, and I want you not to be worried about me if you see I post something speaking about the hate. Because you see, in life, I understand that the only power I have is over myself. And when somebody hates on me or somebody hates on you, you don't have power over that. You don't. The only power we have over people is that we can probably influence them some way or the other. So often when you see me speak about it, I'm speaking about it because I'm hoping that they can, I know that I can't change them, but I'm hoping that they could look at a different perspective. They might be inspired by something I say to look at things or to deal with things differently. You know, I am too powerful, you know, to give somebody, and you are too powerful to give somebody that sort of power over you. You know, there are people who are going to have different opinions, people who have different lifestyles, but you can't get angry because somebody has an opinion that differs from yours. You know, you don't have control over people. You can only inspire and influence people, but you don't have control over their actions. And often we beat ourselves up. Like for me, I could never go under a stranger post because they say something that I don't like and feel the need to run them down. But there are people like that, okay? And I'm not affected by it. I speak about it because, you know, I'm hoping that in some way, I could get them to understand that they probably need to look at things differently. And that's just how life is. Listen, I've been through hell and back. I've been through a lot of unpleasant things in my life, from having a parent commit suicide at an early age to sexual abuse. I've been betrayed, I've been used, I've been lied on. I've been through hell and back. But the one thing I know for sure is that somebody watching this program right now has had it worse than I have. I know that for sure. Okay? You know that for sure. Okay? And for many years, I was, very uncomfortable in the skin that I was born in, and it's because, we all want to be safe. Naturally, it is to protect ourselves from people. So if somebody has a different opinion than ours, we are threatened by it. But the truth and the fact is that we have no power over people and the things that happen around us. The only power we have is over ourselves. And often we're giving our power to people by trying to change them and trying to fix them, that we spend so much energy and power on other people that we're not using it to fix and to harness all the goodness that's in us so that we can propel ourselves forward. And it's simple as that. I've had to rewire myself. Yeah, and I say rewire myself like if I'm some sort of machine, because I've had to find it within me that when people upset me or I'm in a bad situation, I don't run to the trauma part of my life, which is the easiest part of my life to go to, where I'm ready to fight and defend myself because your opinion is different, or you look different, or your lifestyle is different, or your belief is different, or your political affiliation is different. Listen, I want to share a secret with you. Yeah, it shouldn't be a secret, but it's a secret for most. Let me tell you this, and I want you to listen good. You see, success, happiness, friendship, love, they are in abundance. There's enough for all of us. Yeah, success, friendship, love, happiness, it's an abundance. There's enough for you and me out there, And if you really want to be able to harness and be happy and have success, love, and the right friendships, there are two things that you must do. You must understand that people are entitled to be who they are. You can't change them. People are entitled to be who they are. Okay? Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. People are entitled to be who they are. You can't fix them. You can't. You can't change them. And you know what you must master? And I've only learned to master it recently. What it is I do with the emotions that I feel when somebody upsets me, offends me, or different from me. And let me tell you something. If you master those two things, 2025 is going to be your year. 2025 is definitely going to be your year. We've got to stop trying to fix people and fix situations and being upset with people because they have different values, religions, political affiliations. You've got to stop that nonsense. It's time to stop that nonsense. When I spoke last week about the jealousy, I see so many people that are successful and I want the success they have, but I don't envy them. I look at the things they've done to become successful. I look at the roadmap, so maybe I could take a little something so I could get there. So in 2025, I just want to remind you, 2025 is your year. It's your year to find the power within yourself and stop giving it away and wasting your energy on people and things you have no control over. Folk, we have a fantastic show in store. We're going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll be chatting with the extraordinary Lyndon Victor. We'll be right back. Welcome back. And of course, I'm extremely happy to be chatting with the gentleman I'm going to be chatting with, none other than the extraordinary Lyndon Victor. Lyndon, welcome to the Wake Up Club.
Hi, good morning. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Morning. Listen, I am so happy to see the things that you're doing. We're living in a fragile world, and the fact that you have taken the opportunity to not only inspire, but to mentor and to do great things to help develop other youngsters is something that I've got to commend you on. But before we dive into the interview, often we know you're the celebrity, we know you're the athlete, and I have to ask you, who is Lyndon Victor before he's athlete, before he's mentor, before he is, role model?
Let me see, where do I start? Lyndon Victor is just a humble guy from Lapham, St. David's, Grenada, who has been blessed with an extremely good heart and a great talent, So I don't take these opportunities for granted. And anytime that I have the opportunity to give back in any way, I grab it by the horns.
Okay. Now, definitely, you are a world and an Olympic athlete. How did you get into sport? Was that your first choice?
I wouldn't say sports was my first choice. I spent most of my time in the garden with my father. And then the more I spent time in the garden, I felt like I just developed a natural strength, naturally. And through our system in Grenada, where there's a lot of sports happening from a young age, you're always running sports, or you're running with your friends in the road and things like that. I feel like, I develop a love for sports through loads of things. Like always racing my friends and always partaking in sports and heats, and not winning, but always having a love for it and a love for the competition. So I think that's how it started, and that's how I developed, and just took it stage by stage. Each stage was a bit different. Like when I was in primary school, I wanted to help my house win, and then I wanted to compete it for my parish, and then I wanted to compete for my country. So I just took it stage by stage, and as I developed, I grew a different love and a different level of motivation for each step.
Okay. Now you're an inspiration to many. Who would have been the people that inspired you or kept you on track? Because sport requires discipline, and a lot of our youth out there today, they lack that discipline. Who was that inspiration and that motivating factor behind you moving forward?
Well, apart from the good Lord who has blessed me, my big brother Kurt, he started doing the decathlon way before I did, and I saw him excel in life. I saw him went on and win medals, and I saw him went on and got a sports scholarship, and it just inspired me to want to do the same, because I saw that it could have been done. I saw that somebody from Lapham could do it, so I wanted to do it, and he paved the way for me to make my journey a lot easier. Like to this day, if I'm having any problems with any event, I will still call him, because he's so smart and he's so technically sound in the decathlon that I still will call him up and ask him questions, and he's so knowledgeable about the events.
Now listen, we just got into 2025. We still new into 2025. 2024 was an incredible year for you. Can you tell us what you say would be the highlights of 2024, and then we'll dive into the greatest lessons that you've learned out of 2024?
Well, obviously the highlight of 2024 is winning an Olympic medal. I think when you win an Olympic medal in the decathlon from Grenada, I don't think there's much trumping that. It was also really challenging, apart from all the success, there was a lot of things. There's a point in track when I last year I didn't know if I wanted to do track.
Okay.
Honestly. I had to deal with the passing of my sister, and it made me question a lot of things, as like, is track and field really worth it? and I had to find something deep within to say, okay, I'm going to compete for her. I'm going to compete for her legacy, and just find some sort of good out of the bad that's been happening, and then deal with injuries. I feel like this is a part that a lot of people overlook because every athlete they deal with injuries, and we may not post about it, we may not let you guys know every time we're injured, but there's also a mental aspect that goes into injury because you get injured 2 months before the Olympics, you start thinking, am I going to be ready? And all of these things. So, apart from all the success that I've had, I had to overcome a lot of challenges in 2024, but it was all worth it. I firmly believe it was all worth it, and it helped me and prepared me to an Olympic medal.
Okay, definitely. Now, you mentioned your sister's legacy, and have you started your own? Yesterday, you launched the Lyndon Victor Foundation. Can you tell us and share a little bit about that? What inspired you, what's behind it, what we can look forward to?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that I've always wanted to do. Like, I think I've wanted to do it for a long time, but I just never felt that I was good enough or I had the platform to be able to do it. And as soon as I won the Olympic medal, that was one of the things that I wanted to check off my list. I was like, I have the platform now. I'm going to use this platform to launch my foundation. When I was 20 years ago, I benefited from something similar from Grenlec. My dad was an employee at Grenlec, and they started a program as soon as I got into high school, into secondary school, that they were going to help my sister and I with our books and our school uniform and stuff like that. And I could see how much of a big burden that was lifted off of my parents because it's so expensive to go to secondary school in Grenada. And I got that idea 20 years ago because I was like, if I'm ever in the position to do the same, I will. And I never forgot that feeling when we went to Abu's and just like picked out the kind of stuff that we wanted to get for school. And that to me was a really good feeling. So now that I've won an Olympic medal and I feel like I have the platform to do that, I got my team ready and I was like, we're doing this foundation and this is what it's going to be like. And I just explained to them what was on my heart. And it's so amazing when you have the right people around you and you express what's on your heart and they just make things happen. It's like they were like, we're going to do this, we're going to make this happen. And it was an amazing feeling to see. And when we got the letter in the mail saying that the nonprofit and the foundation was approved, it was just such an amazing feeling.
Definitely. Now, I know you're giving back, and I know that there is a sports camp initiative for youth. Can you share some information on that?
Yeah.
And that put a smile on your face, so I know you're excited about that.
I am because there's a lot of things that's been happening behind the scenes to make the sports camp happen. I was trying to do it this year. I was trying to do it in January, but the sports camp is me getting some of my. I have been blessed to have friends that I went to college with, that I went to, that I competed against, that I met in the Olympics, that have won Olympic medals and have broken world records, and I just had a burning desire to bring them to Grenada, to share with the young athletes of Grenada, to inspire the young athletes of Grenada, to try to motivate them and give them insights as to what it takes, because I feel like a lot of the times we don't get into the mind of champions, and maybe one kid could pick the brain of these guys as to what made them champions as to others. I think when you get it from the horse's mouth, and I would give them the opportunity to learn from these guys, to get technical cues from these guys. But the sports camp will also include etiquette, how to talk to media, how to eat at a table, all of these things, so that when we send young athletes out there, we send them out there well equipped for the world, like how to apply for colleges and stuff like that. So we're trying to make the camp a holistic thing. And I'm trying to make it an annual thing that we can bring in coaches to coach our coaches, and like massage therapist to teach our young massage therapists here in Grenada, just to help not just myself, well, obviously, but the people of Grenada, because yes, we've won medals, but how do we win medals going forward? You know, how do we keep up with all the advancements that are happening in the world?
No, I'm glad that you mentioned holistic, because I think often we leave out those important parts. Yeah, we focus on the body, but sometimes we forget the mind and how important mental health is to success. So
Definitely.
I'm glad that you're promoting and you're pushing and you're encouraging a holistic approach to sport in general. For a young person wanting to get involved, can you tell us, how does a young person get involved? Because I know people are excited hearing about the foundation, hearing about this club and this initiative. How does somebody get involved?
Well, obviously the camp and the foundation, they're together, but they also separate. The camp is going to be solely for athletes.
Okay.
Because I'm an athlete and I have a burning desire, and I dislike when we send athletes out there and they don't know how to communicate with the media, or they don't know what to expect, or they don't know how to deal with situations. I think that these are things that are important, because for me, I even have a sports therapist, because I have a sports psychologist, because it's important. It's important to be able to think things through. It's important to how you react when things don't go good. So, and there's a stigma around it. So, you know, being able to teach them and to get their brains ready. But the foundation, however, is not just for athletes. The foundation is for kids of Grenada, children of Grenada. Athletes are going to be on a part of the scholarship, but it's not solely for it's for people who are in need. It's for people who cannot afford. It's for people who we can help to get to that next level, to get through secondary school, to get maybe even through university. You know, I think these things are important, and I didn't want to just focus solely on athletes for the foundation, because my sister was never an athlete, but she benefited from something similar. So I wanted to be able to keep it open to everybody. Obviously, we cannot do it for everybody, but I have a great team, and we're gonna find the best people, or the people that need it the most at this time, to be able to give these scholarships too. One of the things that we've decided is that each kid is going to be on a contract. They have to make a certain grade. They have to have a certain character. To be able, the parents will have to sign this agreement, and you deviate from this agreement, then we would have no choice but to release you, because we want to make sure that the people who are benefiting from this, they're actually benefiting and not just going to school just to go to school, and they're not making good grades. And I hope that it encourages them to be able to be good citizens and to be able to make good grades, because they understand that I am a product of the Lyndon Victor Foundation.
I love that. I really love that. Listen, but for somebody, like, you just launched a foundation, so I know that you've got to start from somewhere. You won't be able to get everybody. So how do we start? For somebody listening to this program right now, for the camp initiative, are you taking random people, or are you going through sports groups? How does that work, and when does it start?
Well, we have been, my team and I, we have been trying to decide how we're going to do the selection process for the camp, because I know it's going to be something where we cannot do everybody. Do we take our top athletes? Do we have each club send 2 of their best athletes? I think these are the discussions that we've been having. We haven't solidified how is the best way to select the individuals, because I also know that to get quality, you can't have quantity.
True.
You know, and so I think we're still in that deciding phase, where how we're going to do it matters, and we're going to do it the best way to benefit the most people, and to get the most out of what we're doing, because we don't want to just do things just to do it. We want to do it that when people leave there, they're better than when they entered. And I
Okay.
think that's the main purpose of the camp, to be able to 20 years later they can say, okay, I learned this, so I'm going to do this, rather than having 100 people just to say we had 100 people and nobody benefited from the camp.
Okay, definitely. You spoke about quality, and you can't do this by yourself. And definitely, you've called your friends from all over the world to support you. I even see that you have Adidas supporting you. Can you tell us about that partnership? And not only that partnership, should a corporate person be looking at this right now? How can they support?
Well, obviously, none of these things would be possible without my sponsors. I was driving back from the foundation yesterday, and my mother was saying, "Lyndon, you're the best sponsors in Grenada."
Okay.
Everybody know of my relationship with Huggies and Anya. They have been supporting me tremendously. And then the Granville Credit Union has stepped up amazingly to be able to sponsor me and to help me going forward for the next 4 years. So my mother was like, I don't know how you got so lucky, but you have some of the best sponsors. So they are definitely going to be on board throughout the whole thing, throughout the camp, throughout the foundation. They're going to be advising me and helping me and supporting me and sponsoring these initiatives. I always start from the people that have been with me from the start.
Okay.
So these two guys, these two companies has always been with me from the start. So obviously they are going to be a part of whatever I do. Whatever companies want to be a part of the foundation, we welcome it. But we also need to make sure that these companies align with our values. You know, we don't. I think that's one thing that I've learned. We're not just going to accept sponsorships just to accept sponsorships. Another good thing is that the foundation is registered in the U.S. and it's a 501c.
Okay.
So it is a nonprofit, and I think we're going to source companies and people outside of the U.S. to be able to support this foundation as well.
Okay, and definitely I see Adidas is going to be providing equipment and stuff like that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I made one phone call to the rep in Adidas, and I said, this is what I wanted to do. And he was like, just let me know when you want to do it. And a week later, there were 3 barrels of stuff on the port ready to give out to the kids. So I'm like, I'm just so happy that people are sharing with my vision, and they could have said no, or they could have said you had to pay something for it. And they were like, no, just let me know. And any way that they can help, just let me know. So I was just so grateful for that. And it's like a global giant like Adidas, and you just call them and you just say, hey, I need this to help some kids, and they were like, yeah, just name it. And it's just amazing. It's to be a young boy from Grenada, from La Femme, and to be able to call a global giant and say, hey, I would like this, and it's done. It's a blessing for sure.
Most definitely. Now, listen, I know you're busy, and I know you are catching a flight in a matter of hours, so I'm just happy that you took the time to come on, but I've got to ask you this. What's 2025 looking like for you? You know, what's your next move? What are you doing?
2025 is going to be a year of, Aggie Pastor says, I believe it's going to be a year of abundance. I have a lot going on. I have a lot of competitions going on that I'm really going to focus on. I'm going to, I have World Indoors in March in China. Then I go to Austria, and then I go to Estonia. Then I go to do the World Championships in Tokyo, where I hope to improve on my bronze medal. But there's a lot going on. But, you know, I've learned to just take day by day and event by event and just try to be better than I was yesterday in everything that I do. And then, you know, live with the results at the end of the day.
Okay. Now, definitely, before I ask you to give your last word, I've got to ask you this. Someone looking at this, how do we reach out to the foundation? Is there a social media page? Is there a point person? How do we reach out? How do we contact someone if we're interested in supporting or finding out more about the Lyndon Victor Foundation?
Well, there is a social media page on Instagram, the Lyndon Victor Foundation. Feel free to follow the page. We'll update you on whatever is happening. I have my team in the US, and I'm still gathering my team in Grenada. It's so important to me that I pick the right people to be on my team, So it's not something that I'm rushing, and I have a lot of people advising me and helping me, but to be a part of the team, I think it's something that I really want to pray about and to make sure that they're the right fit, because I also understand that this is not the first foundation, and foundations are started and never transcend. So I think it's just so important to me that I pick the right people to be able to help me run this foundation while I'm an athlete.
Definitely. Listen, you've got Papa God in your corner. You've got Anya in your corner. You've got some great people in your corner. You're very level-headed. You know exactly what you want. And I like that, because a lot of people don't know what they want, So I want to wish you all the best, every success with the Lyndon Victor Foundation. You inspire me. I am excited to talk to you this morning. In fact, I am energized going into work today because of our conversation. And I have to ask you, you are a role model. You inspire a lot of people. The last thing I'm going to ask you is words of encouragement for the young people who are looking at this program right now. Your last words.
Well, I appreciate you saying that I'm a role model. I don't try to be. I just try to be myself, and then people see that. So I appreciate that. I think if I can give young people any advice, I think it would be, don't be selfish. I learned that there's something that stayed with me, and I feel like I should just share it. I feel like a lot of people write their goals down and they write what they want to do, but it's just selfish goals. I want to do this because I want to make $1 million, or I want to do this because I want to build a big house. But I feel like if you write your goals down and you say, I want to do this because I want to be a blessing to others, I want to do this because it aligns with my purpose, or I want to do this because I can help more people if I do this. I think the world would be a better place, and you will be more successful that way. So I feel like don't be selfish would be my words of wisdom for any young person. And I know that, say that I want to get my CXC so that I can have a better life for my family. Things like that. Or I want to run fast so that I can get a scholarship so that I can come back and help others. I think if you align your goals to purpose and to helping others, I think you will see a change in your success story.
Most definitely. Lyndon, I want to thank you for joining us. I know you got a busy day. You got, flights to catch. Thank you for being a positive role model. And I know you say you didn't sign up for it, but we appreciate it. And we need more people like you. I want to wish you every success with the foundation. Listen, take 2025 by the horns and ride it all the way into 2026. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great day. Be safe, and we'll chat again soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you. Folks, you're tuned into the Wake Up Club. We're going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll wrap up. We'll be right back.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or
Listen, wasn't that inspiring? Didn't that just warm your heart? You know, a young man, okay, who has had success in his life, definitely looking to give back, and to give back for the right reasons. Okay, a lot of people give back because they want to pat their backs, okay, and they really don't care about the real impact that they're having on people. And definitely his heart, his vision, and his foundation is in the right space and in the right place. Very inspired by him. I'm energized. I'm going to work very, very happy because he has motivated me to think differently and to look at things differently, to look at things holistically when I'm doing stuff. So definitely I'm inspired. Listen, I can't thank you enough for choosing the Ride Along Network and the Wake Up Club. We appreciate you. Yes, we do. We know you have options. Listen, I want to remind you, just as I told Lyndon, take 2025 and ride it into 2026. You've got this. Remember, you are powerful. Stop giving your power over to things you can't change and people that you can't change. You can't fix people, and you can't fix most of the situations around you. You can inspire, you can encourage, and hopefully you can have an impact on people, you know? So definitely understand your value and understand your power, okay? And you're gonna be happier. Remember, success, joy, happiness, love, friendship, it's in abundance. There's enough of it out there. Money too. There's enough of it out there for all of us. You just got to find the greatness within yourself. I want to wish you a fantastic Friday. I want to wish you a peaceful and safe weekend. I want to wish you love. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or